Welcome family, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Authentically Being Ava. I'm Ava. So family, it seems like every time the season changes. It's September the 2nd, it's Labor Day, 2024, and this is what's going on. So I don't know if this is my allergies, but I'm thinking it is. So family, I know I'm always coming to you talking about things that annoy me. It's not just about being annoyed. Things that need to be brought to our attention. You know, family, you'd be amazed at how many people are not really aware of themselves, of the things that they do. We're all at different places and stages in our lives. We're all growing at different rates. So some things you may be able to see or notice, others may not. What I notice is when you bring something to someone's attention, they're not always going to be in a great mood or be like, oh, wow, you know, like I didn't know I was doing that. Like I said, because we're all in different places in our lives, different growth levels, some of us may not take that well. They might get angry, upset, or bothered by it.
So this statement leads me to our topic of discussion today, which is...
So, millennials. I love you, millennials. I do. You all are some of the most creative, the smartest. A lot of you are already aware and awake on many levels. You come here already with some knowing when you were born, so you're already kind of ahead of the game. It's just, you know, taking that thing on to the next level and stages. But not all of you, okay? I'm just going to be honest. Not all. And that's what I want to talk about, is the not all. We look to you guys as being the leaders of us older crew. We want to instill as much into you guys on the positive tip as we can. So when we talk about you, us old heads, I guess as you want to call us, when we talk about you guys, about the things that we see that could be corrected or improved, it's not a kick, a tear down, a takedown, or however you want to put it. It's not that. It's not coming, well, at least not from me. And I think from the majority of people now, that's not what it is. It's that we see better in you. You know, when you look at the future generation, the younger generation, we want them to succeed us. We want them to think more ahead than we do, know more than we do, you know, because you are the leaders of the future. You know, we're going to be gone soon and you're going to be in our place, and we just want you to be at least where we are knowledge wise or better, you know, further along. And that's really all it is. And let me say this too, you know, not only can you all learn from us, we definitely can learn from you. And so I just want to put that out there, because a lot of us don't feel that way, but I do. I get it. I see it. I look at things from all angles, at least I try to. And I have some millennials in my family, and one in particular whom I have learned a great deal from. We just bounce, you know, ideas and thoughts off of each other, and she is right there, you know what I mean? And you know, it's a beautiful thing when it's done correctly in a healthy place, you know. But let me get going on this. So in my role at my job, we deal with cleaners who clean the buildings. We kind of make sure that they're doing their job right, you know. And in this particular case, the cleaning team or cleaning company that we have hired is owned by a young man, a millennial. There's nothing wrong with that. I think kudos to the younger people, again, like I said, to getting yourself started in the right direction, getting your own business and working for yourself. Amen to that. I'm all for it. However, work ethic, family. This could pertain to a millennial or whomever is the owner of the company. Just in this case, it so happens to be a millennial. And this is a part of the issue that I want to talk about and discuss. So, this cleaning company is hired to clean the buildings. Now, we know what cleaning entails. You're cleaning floors. You are cleaning bathrooms. So, everything that they're supposed to do is pertained in the lease, okay? And I just know, without even looking at the lease, I know that they're supposed to get the trash cans and clean the bathrooms. That at the least, I know that. I have contacted the head managers and talked to them about this. So they've kind of told me what they are supposed to be doing. The owner has a copy of the lease, so he knows what his people are supposed to be doing. So I get it at 8:30. They are usually there right as I'm getting there. They weren't consistent. What I mean by that is, sometimes they would remove the trash from our office, sometimes they wouldn't, sometimes they would vacuum, sometimes they would. So I'm just like, wait a minute, what's in the contract? Because this half-assing is insane. Are you supposed to vacuum the carpets in the office or not? I'm not understanding. So there's that. And then we also have one bathroom where the door is locked. They don't have a key. They never had a key. What they were instructed to do is come into our office and ask to get in. So what I have been doing is just when I see them, I'll go ahead and unlock the door and say, I've already unlocked the door to the restroom. Family, if I do not tell them the door is unlocked, they won't clean it. They'll just be like, all right, we're done, bye. One day, I said to him as he was leaving, I said, well, I'm supposed to clean the other bathroom as well? He said, well, I don't have the key. I never had the key to that, so I don't know. I said, well, we're in the office. You could come and ask us, and we could open it for you. And he just looked at me like he was pissed, like he had somewhere to go. I'm just like, what? The bathrooms. Sometimes he would clean, do a good job, sometimes he wouldn't, or when he would clean the countertops and stuff, there's like soap and paper towels and stuff sitting up there, Lysol, clean the surface area, and then he will leave all the stuff that he took from there, like I said, the lotion, the soap, all that piled over in the corner. He will leave it there. I'm just like, can you put the stuff back? Or he'll take the paper towels that are in there for us to dry our hands and take it and use it in cleaning the building. I'm just like, what is going on? I'm noticing this more and more with the younger crews. I don't get it. So just say, okay, this one person's doing this, and so I don't do that. But I'm seeing a trend and a pattern, so that's where I'm coming from. So this last time there was this incident, I just said, I just can't, right? So this is what happened. So the young guy was cleaning. He was, I guess, finishing up. He was in the elevator. He had cleaned the lobby floor, had the wet floor sign down, and he was in the elevator. I saw him with the little mop, and the bucket. So I went back to my desk and, continued to work. So about 5 minutes or so later, here comes a tenant, an elderly lady whom just got off the elevator. And so she's like, hi, how are you? And I was like, I'm fine. How are you? And she says, I just want to say a little something to you, that there's like some standing water in the elevator. Like, what? He's like, I don't know where it came from, but it's a lot. And I had to, kind of step over, I'm short, and and all this, blah, blah, blah. So I got up and went and opened the elevator door, and sure enough, from elevator wall to elevator wall, left to right, the puddle was massive, deep and wide. So there was no way you could enter or exit the elevator without stepping in the water or jumping, making a nice leap. And everybody can't leap, especially the elderly people, And I just was like, oh my God, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Somebody slips and falls, that's it. I was just like, okay, Ava, calm down. But I said, why would he leave this much water sitting right here? I was looking up, at the ceiling of the elevator. I'm like, could it have come from someplace else? And I'm not really seeing anything. Nothing looks wet other than that one area. And so I immediately run to get on the phone. I had gotten some, after I got off the phone, I did get some paper towels, a whole bunch of them, and got up the mess. But I just was like, I got to call the company. I'm calling the owner because this is insane. So I called the owner and I told him what happened. I said, I just noticed one of the tenants had come out of the elevator, and she was saying that she almost slipped and fell over this puddle of water that was left in the elevator. And I noticed that the cleaning guy had just left, and that's the last place he was, right there in the elevator with the bucket. So I said, is there any way he can come back? I said, there's a lot of water in the elevator. And so the owner proceeds to tell me, yeah, he sent me a picture of what he cleaned. So yeah, that's okay, that's fine. I said, actually, it's not okay. I said, I have pictures too. And I said, and I'm looking at it in person. And it's a puddle. It's not like, oh, it's a wet, a wet area, and put a sign down there. No, this is a puddle of water. This is dangerous. And I said, sometimes angles and lighting can make something appear a little distorted. I said, but I'm sitting here looking at this with my own eyes. I said, and that's a lot of water. I mean, there's bubbles. I mean, I'm just like, this is crazy. I'm like, how could you even have walked away and left that? You didn't see that? I don't understand. So then the owner says, oh yeah, safety first. He said, okay, well, let me give him a call. Do you think he ever came back? Do you think he ever called back, the owner? So he's speaking words with his mouth, but they did not even come back, family. I ended up getting the paper towels, like I said, and got it up. Family. This is unacceptable. And see, in this case, this is something else that I've noticed with some of these millennials, is that they seem to not be able to take constructive criticism. And I don't know what it is. It's like they get offended easily, and it's like they tune you out and don't listen to you. And I don't understand what that is. So I just let him know, hey, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. If somebody slipped and fell, we're liable. We will be sued. I say we need to get this up immediately. His answer should have been, no problem, he'll be right back. That's all that should have come out of his mouth. But did that happen? No. This is the problem I'm talking about. So instead of him doing that, he wants to tell me all these reasons why it was there. So this is what he says, family. He says, oh yeah, that water was there because the cleaner said there was a real big stain right there at the edge of the elevator. He had to leave the water there because of the stain. Family. I may look naive to a certain extent, or sweet and fun and loving, and I'm all of that. Not naive now, but sweet, love, and fun and all that. But I also have a business side and a mama side and an intelligent side, and don't play on my intelligence. And this is something that I've noticed too with some of this in this generation. It's like they think you are, especially if you're a woman, it's like they think you're stupid. I'm like, what? And I'm like, I didn't even go there with him because I'm like, I'm not getting into anything with him. I'm just going to let my supervisors know what's going on, because I know they're going to feel highly unfavorable about standing water in the elevator, a puddle, just unattended. Nobody said anything. Just standing there. So yeah, they were on fire. So I know that they're about to lose the contract. The professionalism is in the trash. Try to tell him some stuff he don't want to hear. He's just like, want to overtalk me. Okay, yeah, I'll have them. I'll call them. I'll have them come back. Cutting me off. And I'm like, this is how you do business. So it's just like, it's unfortunate. It really is. And so there's that. And then one other young guy that I work with, he's like a engineer or maintenance guy. Same thing. It's like he has this mentality that, this isn't part of my job description and blah, blah, blah. I'm not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff. I get that. I've been there on some jobs, but as far as I know, he accepted the job, and these are the things that they wanted him to do before he accepted the job, and he accepted it. So I'm like, if you didn't want to do the job, why did you accept it? So basically, when they ask him to do things that's part of his job, he doesn't do all of them. So stuff just goes undone and it's just sitting there. So there's that. That's one thing. And then the things that he's not doing are like cleaning up trash, around the property and stuff. And so when you don't do that, especially when it's food items, we know what happens from there. You're creating bugs and roaches and mice and all this stuff going into the community, and that's what's happening because he won't do it. It's just like, wow. Well, this is a new community, and you're solely the biggest reason why they now have all these critters. Everyone's trying to get pest service and go and get rat traps and mice traps, and I'm just like, but he doesn't care. It's like, whatever. Lieutenant called and blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll take care of it. Yeah. I'll create a work ticket so that it's in the system so that, and then he mandates the system is supposed to, every day take care of these work tickets. He does what he wants. I'm like, hey, what happened with so-and-so? Did you take care of that? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Every day it's I forgot. And I'm just like, what? What is this? Every day I forgot? Doesn't give a care about the job at all. It's unfortunate, but he's not just a problem, it's the company too. Because honestly, when I first started, I saw all of this day one, and I just said, oh, they've got to go. The cleaners and this guy. I said, oh no. Unless they, fix this issue, this is going to be a problem. And here it is, what, 2 going on 3 months later, same issues. Same. Sitting back and watching, and I'm just like, I can't make anybody do anything. I can just ask. I can let them know what's going on. That's it. But it's frustrating, I must say. I am not excited about working there because people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it's a draining effort, pretty much. But these are things I'm talking about, family. And like I said, not all millennials are like this. We have people that are my age that are slacking, But for the most part, I think they've been in the work field long enough to realize this is what I got to do to make this money, to get this paycheck, to keep my job. So at this point in my age, they already got it. They do what they need to do. They already know. But the youngins, it's like they have to really figure it out, like go through it and find out. But it's just, it's like nobody's all in your stuff for no reason. It's like we want you to do the best job possible. This is what the job requires, and I just don't get it, family. But like I said, it's the attitude. I remember my mom jumping down my throat on stuff, and although I had an opinion about stuff, I listened and let her go ahead and make her, statements or whatever, and let her show me the right way. And I might have said something later on after the fact, but I got the lesson. And that's the thing that I'm saying that I'm not seeing with some of these millennials. It's like they shut down and don't want to hear it. Or they will just basically lie and say, okay, I'll take care of it, and then don't. Family, let me tell you, I would have by that time lost my job, gotten dealt with, it's just, but it all goes back to in my opinion, to, how you were raised, what your parents instilled in you, what they allowed you to get away with. Because that's, I think, a major reason why some of these kids are like they are. It's because of what wasn't taught to them growing up as a child. And so now here you are in the workplace and you're trying to still have that same get away with mindset and, an attitude. I think that's really what it is. I could get away with it with mom, so I'm going to do this at work. And I'm like, that ain't gonna last for long, boo. But sometimes people gotta learn the hard way, It's sad, a lot of times these kids, they didn't get the lessons, and unfortunately they have to get it in life. So, but it just all depends on how they receive it. Because like I said, some of these attitudes out here, man, I'm like, what are you mad at? Like, we're just telling you what should be done, and we've seen it enough to know what it's supposed to look like. So when you try to blow smoke up our ass and say, oh yeah, it's just like that because, it was a stain. Like, I know what scrubbing looks like and how you get that stain out of there, and then you rinse it out good, and then you get up that extra that standing water. Like, I know what that's supposed to be. It ain't supposed to be no puddle because you're removing a stain. This ain't a pot in the kitchen sink that you letting sit. Like, you can't do that in that elevator. Like, it's insane. I mean, I guess I must look like, just zip it and do what you need to do. To end this video here. I think I've said enough. I think you got the point. I hope some of the millennials are listening. Okay, I love you guys. I just need you guys to kind of step up to the plate. That's all. We need you. I'm not going to say I. We need you, okay? The future needs y'all to step up and do what's right. I know some of the other millennials who got the lesson the correct way can also help bring up, their fellow friends and family and all that stuff in the same age bracket. But yeah, I'm just noticing this, and I'm like, look, y'all, I'm coming from the standpoint of what employers are looking at, and you don't want to just half-ass. Look, if you don't know, we can show you, but don't come in there half-ass no BSing us, because it's like, don't do it. You're just going to piss us off even more and be like, you know what, thank you for your services. We're going to find someone else who really wants the job, because that's basically what it feels like, and the same thing with the guy who works for himself with the cleaning company. I mean, yeah, you got your own business, hooray, but you can be pulled off a contract, just like anybody else, which means you're fired. So if you got that same work ethic and you're going to other jobs with doing that same thing, you're going to be pulled off those too. So it's not just about, well, I'll get my own thing and I can do what I want. Not necessarily. People's reputations follow them with these companies. When you have your own business, the first thing you should be looking at is your reputation. So you taking up for half-assing cleaners of yours, if they work for your establishment, family members and all that, that's not going to play, down the road. I'm just saying, you got to look at the big picture. And I just think sometimes, some of us have small minds. We don't see things in that way. You have to have business over here, family and pleasure over there. Okay, we're going to do this thing the right way. This is my bread and butter. I'm building a legacy for my kids, blase, blase. But sometimes life has to teach people things. But why not listen if an elder is coming at you from a loving place and trying to tell you right? You don't have to go through all that foolishness. Listen and get the lesson, and do it from jump, and then you got that thing. Okay, you got it. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me how you like the video and what you like to see going forward. Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get some content you guys want to talk about and hear about, so thank you, family. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video, family. Take care. Bye-bye.